Yeah.
Yeah, so around the time of like Captain America came out, did you hear about the Dorito challenge?
No.
Oh, okay. So it was. It wasn't to do anything with Doritos. It was to do with Chris Evans, and they say his body, in terms of muscles, is shaped like a Dorito.
Oh, I get you. Yeah.
Because it's straight at the top, and then it's all angular.
It's like
down.
Seth Rogen talks about Zac Efron's body looking like an arrow to his penis.
Straight to his dick. Yeah, exactly. So it was a Dorito challenge. So in the fitness community and like fitness and superhero community, it was this whole thing to try and look like Chris Evans.
Tiny waist, massive wings.
Tiny waist, huge wings, and just sort of all slimmed down to look like a Dorito. It was called the Dorito challenge or whatever.
Okay, I get you, yeah.
Yes, but it's kind of a misleading thing. Like you hear about the Dorito challenge.
I can do that.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like...
Everyone wants a shot at the Dorito challenge when you,
and then it's
you
like,
just say it.
And then you're like, okay, work out 5 times a day, get your shoulders longer, your wings bigger, no waist.
You can't even look at Dorito or you put on a calorie. Like.
Exactly. Yeah. So, it was just, that was kind of around first Captain America, Winter Soldier as well.
With the bod on him. I watched the first Captain America with my girlfriend. She does not like superhero movies. Yeah. And the minute he comes out of that whatever you call it, like that kind of special casket chamber yoke, she was like, oh, yeah, okay, now I'm watching.
Well,
her pupils just dilated a little bit.
Totally.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think we all felt that way when he came. Like I think we've said it before. Haley Atwell, that was improvised. When she touched his...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When she that wasn't in the script.
Speaking of the Dorito challenge, with those shoulder pads she was wearing, she had a bit of that frame as well. She had massive shoulders on that.
She did. Oh, she's so good looking.
She's amazing.
She is.
Yeah.
Anyway, should I do an intro to the podcast? Yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of Straight to Series. My name is Connor, and that is Ian. Yeah, he said it his name this time. And welcome. Like and subscribe. Do all the fun stuff that we normally do. Yeah. Anyway, this is just...
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
This is a special episode.
Super special.
For
reasons we don't know.
No, we're not sure.
For reasons unknown.
This may not be released. There is a possibility.
We'll find out.
No, we've done it in the past, but we just sort of test out a few segments and...
and have some fun just talking about news that's not super relevant right now. Yeah. Just things we feel, discussions about movies and fun facts.
Totally. And
you always have a fun fact for us.
Exactly. And you too. You've got some fun facts, you know.
Yeah.
Find out how much stuff costs.
Fun facts about my own life.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. We've learned so much about you over the short time we've had. But we've done it before, and we're just kind of testing out some segments. It led to our beloved segment, Got Juiced.
Oh, yes.
So we're trying to rebottle the lightning and find another one, basically.
There we go.
No
recycling here.
No. Well,
we'll see.
We started.
It's all recycling.
Yeah. Our intro was basically a segment of Got Juiced there, but you know.
It was, true. Yeah.
Whatever. So we're going to do 3 different segments, aren't we? One of them we've done before. Kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
But the first one is something that we are both passionate about, but we don't talk about a lot on this, is soundtracks, movie soundtracks.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I'm a musician and I never talk about the music in a movie.
And I love music, and it's a huge factor in movies.
Sort of play?
I play guitar. Yeah.
Left-handed guitar?
Left-handed guitar, yeah. And then I can sing a tiny bit. Well, I used to be able to sing.
Oh, you can sing a bit?
I used to be. I was.
You never said that to me.
Okay, I was a lead in my school musical.
No way.
Yeah. Which is on YouTube.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it can be found on YouTube. Yeah, you see. I can kind of sing. I used to be able to do really well, not anymore. But
I cannot sing. I've tried for years.
Oh, really?
I was a backup singer in an original band I was in.
Oh, yeah?
And I was so bad. And I gave it my best.
Yeah.
I was that trier, you know.
Yeah.
With the helmet on.
Yeah,
playing a keyboard, singing, you know.
Funny enough,
good for you.
You can turn yourself around. Have you heard George Clooney talking about, just to get off topic for a bit, George Clooney, both his parents are famous jazz musicians.
Are they?
And singers and everything. They're like super like well-known musicians and everything. Yeah. And when they did Oh Brother Where Art Thou, they obviously have all those songs in them, you know? And he went into it and they were like, hey, so are you happy to sing on the record? He was like, totally, just assuming he could sing and he had a great voice. And he got in there.
Whoa, that's a big assumption.
And he got in there and he said it was terrible. He can't sing at all.
Well, here's the thing as well. Yeah. People don't know this, but when you're singing on a record, usually you're in a booth with headphones on.
Yeah.
That is a weird experience.
Yeah.
I've done that. I've done backing vocals, and I can't sing. And I knew I was like, oh, just this is going to be a bit rough. And I can't sing just with a guitar and playing. Imagine though when you're in a booth. Have you ever done that?
No, I've never done it. But
it's very weird.
Yeah.
And even for something like that, a musical, you don't even know what you're going to be singing to.
Yeah.
It might not be the full track.
Yeah.
It might be just a metronome in your ear that you would never even think of, because there could be really quiet parts where you've nothing to time off. So it could be like this long note, and he has this click in his ear, and he's just like, what am I doing?
On? Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm George Clooney and I can sing, you know. And like,
but he went into it.
Massive assumption right there.
Yeah, he just walked in, he put the headphones on, and then he said he belted out the whole song. You know?
I love that. He just belted it.
He was like, I am a man, you know, the one that they sing. Yeah. Which, a great song, by the way.
Awesome. The Soggy Bottom Boys or something like that, is it?
Oh, I love that whole movie. It's so good.
The Coen Brothers, brilliant. And it wasn't that the first movie, Jesus, we're going so off topic here, where they completely changed the whole colour of a whole movie.
They changed the entire colour of it. They recolored it afterwards.
Yeah, and then you see Aviator kind of did it a bit as well, Martin Scorsese, and then obviously it's now a thing, especially at night time. Some night scenes are shot at day. In daylight.
It's so cool. And then did you know that it's based on the Odyssey? The whole story is based on the famous Greek tragedy, the Odyssey.
I'm gonna pretend like I didn't know that. He's an English student.
It's true. It's
and I'm an idiot.
It's not a tragedy, actually. Sorry, it's a Greek. I can't think of the name now, but anyway, it's a very famous one. It's like where Troy comes from or whatever. It's about it's about Odysseus.
Homer? Did he write
Homer, it? Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Well done. It's about
only because Brad Pitt was in Troy, and then I looked up that whole fable or whatever you would call it. Is it a big poem or something like that?
It's a poem, It's a song or something.
That's the only reason why I know that is because when I was a kid, I was like, I'm like one of the only people who liked Troy.
I love Troy.
Do you?
Yeah.
Man, we agree on way too many things.
I know, we found this beforehand. We agree on a lot of this stuff.
I can't believe you like Troy. So many people don't like Troy.
Troy's so good.
That would have been a good one. But you actually like it too.
Do you remember when he jumps with the sword and stabs the guy like that?
Oh, right here?
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's
the biggest dude ever.
Yeah. And he fucks a lot of women in that movie as well.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Anyway, so to get back to it though, at some stage we'll talk about "Oh Brother Where Art Thou," I'm sure, because it's linked to what we were originally talking about.
But here, that's a great story right there.
Yeah,
I love that George Clooney just thought he could sing, and just I would love just to see him. I'd love to see the video or the recording of him belting out a tune, completely out of tune.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
It's great, and like George Clooney is pretty good at everything. But
when you're that handsome, you just assume you can do anything.
You can do a lot of stuff.
I can play Batman.
And,
he made that assumption. Those nipples look good on me. Those bat nipples look good on me.
But here's the thing: unlike other people, George Clooney admits when he's wrong. He talks.
Yes, because he's that handsome, he can admit it, and you're like,
I forgive you. You're so lovable. But anyway. The first segment, did we come up with a name for it?
Soundtracks of a Generation.
Oh, Songs of Our Time, I was going to say, but Soundtracks of a Generation is
I don't know, that sounded good as well. I was just spitballing. Soundtracks, wait, what was yours?
Songs of Our Time.
Songs of Our Time.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, okay.
Well, one of those two.
yeah.
We'll figure it out for the next one. But basically, you see movies and like
soundtrack of my life. How about that?
I like it. Soundtrack of my life. Our lives. Soundtrack of our lives.
Of our lives.
Soundtracks of our lives. I don't know. Days of our lives.
Yeah, I know. Because we can get very close to that.
Yeah. No, but when you watch movies, like especially older movies, some of the songs in them and the soundtracks sort of epitomize the era that they are in, you know?
Yes,
when you watch certain movies, their songs aren't necessarily timeless, but they are literally, they could only have been made in the 80s.
What do you call those things? Like the time vaults or whatever?
Time capsules.
Time capsules. They're time capsules. That's what it is. They're buried in the ground, those perfect time capsules.
Yeah. So like Star Wars, for example, it came out in the 80s, but its music is iconic. It will last forever.
But we're not even old enough to really appreciate that as well.
Yeah.
Can you imagine living through that era?
No,
like I'm sure our parents would watch like an old Mel Gibson movie or whatever and be like shot back to the 80s, you know, that way, where we're not even old enough to really get that. I'm sure maybe I would with the 90s, like certain movies like Spice World.
I've never seen that actually. Yeah,
I watched that movie a lot of times.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
I think it came out in 98.
Okay,
so it would have been 9. No, I was too old to be watching it. A 9-year-old boy.
I would have been 1.
You were too old to be watching it.
Was probably, it wasn't my thing. I was watching Barney at that time.
My sister loved Spice Girls, and she loved Spice World.
Okay.
Meatloaf.
Oh, Meatloaf
is the bus driver.
No way.
Is their tour bus driver. Meatloaf.
Meatloaf is in a lot of movies.
And Richard E. Grant is like the bad guy. I think he's their manager, but he's also kind of like a shady guy.
Sure, Meatloaf's in Fight Club.
Yeah.
Like he's in
his
so much.
His name is Robert Paulson.
Robert Paulson.
Is that Meatloaf who dies?
Yeah,
Robert Paulson?
Robert Paulson.
That was my favorite movie for a long time.
Oh, yeah?
And the reason why I listened to the Pixies.
Oh, I listen to the Pixies too, because the song at the end.
Yeah.
I'm in a weird stage of my life. Isn't that what he says? He says something like, I'm in a very strange place. This is a very strange place in my life.
Yeah, and then Where's My Mind?
Yeah, Where's My Mind plays. Where is my mind?
I had one cool guy that was in my school, in my class, when I was listening to that. I guess we were in like secondary school. I would have been around 14, 15.
Yeah.
And that song hits at the end, and I was just like, whoever that is cool. He had a divorced dad that listened to the Pixies.
Oh, what a cool
and he was
guy.
like, oh, my dad and his girlfriend, they got me into the Pixies, and then he was like saying to me, oh, you don't listen to the Pixies? Do you like Fight Club? I'm like, yeah. The song at the end, I'm like, what about it? That's the Pixies. And then he gave me a length of like an album, and I copied it, with the rewritable CDs.
That's so sad. Oh, you don't listen to the Pixies? Oh yeah, my divorced dad and his girlfriend introduced me to them.
But his divorced dad could have been like this cool guy that I'd like to think he's like Kevin Spacey in American Beauty.
Yeah.
Like smoking pot and...
Not Kevin Spacey in real life.
No. He's not touching young boys. Allegedly. Is he in prison for that now?
I don't know. Kevin Spacey.
He's in Hollywood prison for that now.
Yes, definitely. Kevin Spacey, American Beauty. I admire that guy. I love American Beauty.
Well, he's a great actor. I still admire him as an actor, just not as a human being.
We're so distracted already. It's because of the juice that we are having. I'd say.
Special juice.
But anyway, we're talking about soundtracks that epitomize the era that they're made in. And for the first one, we were looking at a movie that I love and you don't love so much.
I don't love, but I like it.
Yeah. It's Top Gun. Famous movie.
Danger Zone.
Tony Scott. Can you pull up actually see if you can get the soundtrack up? Not to play it, but just have the list of all the songs on it. But... So I think this... Well, what were you going to say?
I was going to say that you didn't know about Tony Scott.
No.
Ridley Scott's brother.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Ridley Scott. But Tony Scott, who did loads of cool films like Unstoppable, Deja Vu, Man on Fire. He loved working with Denzel Washington.
Yeah, shit.
And that man got told he had cancer and jumped off a bridge.
Jesus
Isn't that crazy? Because he wanted to decide himself, supposedly. That was the whole thing. Well, but he was like 60 or 70. He was an old man.
He's like, my God.
It's crazy.
I don't know.
But he made a great fun... Well, I don't think it's great, but...
He made an amazing, iconic movie in Top Gun.
He sure did. Extremely dated movie. And a sequel's coming out.
A sequel is coming out. Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
No, it is. It's
definitely happening.
Yeah, like 2021, I think it is.
Really?
It got pushed back a full year.
Who's in it?
Tom Cruise is in it. I think Kevin Bacon is in it. Cool. Val Kilmer's back in it. John Slattery, I think, is in it.
Oh, right.
The guy who did... Oh, actually, we only talked about this earlier. The guy who did Oblivion.
Oh, he's
directing it.
Oh, right. Okay, that's cool. Ish.
Yeah.
Ish.
Well, he did Only the Brave, which is actually a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Sorry, I was taking you off topic.
No,
we
it's
talking
fine.
about...
Zac Efron was meant to be in it. He wanted to be in it at some stage as well. I don't think he made it. But anyway, get the soundtrack up. Why to Top Gun? Top Gun is number one, a great movie, in my opinion, I guess. Came out in 1986. And when you listen to the soundtrack of this movie, it could only have come from the 80s.
That's what I mean by it being extremely dated.
Yeah.
But in a good way. I don't mean that in a bad way.
No.
Like, some movies are just perfect.
Yeah.
Time capsules, as we already...
Like some movies don't hold up. Like, we'll probably go talk about them later, but I recently watched a number of American Pie films, and those films are so, like, they only use music that is, like, of the time.
Like, here and now, right now is super popular.
Like, for example, James Gunn in the Guardians movies, he takes songs that are timeless from all over.
Yes, exactly.
They are from different eras, but yet they fit the movie so well.
Like, Fleetwood Mac is always going to be a classic, you know? Like,
exactly.
Anything from Rumours or that album. You know, like
or anything from ABBA.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, you can't go wrong. Mm-hmm. Like, if you use an Elvis tune in a film, like, it's always going to be good.
Totally.
You know?
So, but Top Gun is one of those movies where it epitomizes the era and also is actually a pretty good soundtrack in the end. We listened to it when we were preparing for this episode. I was loving it.
I'm nearly sure I read about Top Gun that they needed to like reshoot loads of stuff because the aerial stuff didn't look that well. They had to like put more money into it.
Yeah, I heard
Is that true?
Yeah. They had to go up and they had to do it all over again because like the shots were lacking. Like
yes,
it was good.
but you couldn't really understand
what was
there
happening.
wasn't great pace in it or anything like that. Also, that is true, isn't it?
No, it's true. And also... so
I only watched the movie once, actually.
I've seen it so many times. Also, conscriptions for the Air Force went up after Top Gun was released.
Really?
Yeah, they went up.
Wow.
So
the American government has Tom Cruise to thank.
You know, actually, funny enough, the American government has this interesting thing where it makes agreement with movies. Like, for example, the Transformers movie. They're like, as long as you don't make the American military or anything look bad, you can use whatever the fuck you want.
Really? So I've never heard this before.
So they set up this deal with you and they're like, "How? Give us the script, tell us how we're portraying it," and it's like this and this.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What tanks do you want? Whatever.
Wow.
And they will help supply it.
That's so cool.
So for Top Gun...
In China, it's like the complete opposite.
Yeah.
You give them the script and they rewrite the script and give it back to you and go, that's how your film's going to go.
That's how the film
See you
is.
later, sir.
Yeah, you need to make that much better.
Yeah.
Do you have a daughter? I hope not. Yeah. One child policy. But yeah, this movie has just great songs. Kenny Loggins leads the way.
Yeah.
As sort of the classic Danger Zone. You know, everyone's heard it.
The bro signs and everything. Like it's
everything
just
about it. Just
the bromance. That's what it is. The bromance
between Goose and Maverick.
And the sexual tension that's so weird.
Yeah,
as well.
It is.
The volleyball.
Yeah.
The shower scenes.
Everything.
And like he's got his foot up and he's in his towel. Like, hey, what's up? Tom Cruise is fit as fuck in that as well.
He is. Everyone is. Val Kilmer. Everyone.
What's the name of the female lead in it?
I won't think of her name.
She's so hot in that movie.
She's incredibly
Have you seen her now?
No, not good.
She doesn't look like Tom Cruise, but that way.
She didn't age that well.
No.
That's a shame.
Unlike Tom Cruise, the unageable man.
Man, I was so attracted to her when I first saw that movie.
I was attracted to her. I only seen this movie, I think last year was my first time seeing it.
Crazy. I've seen it so many times now. Oh, I can't believe I can't think of her name. It's obviously just doesn't stay. All the dudes like Iceman, Goose, and Maverick and all that sticks in my head. But yeah, and even like, but you have these great songs like Danger Zone, Playing with the Boys, you know.
Yep.
And then what else is there? There's just great. Take My
Breath Away is the song to the whole thing.
True.
I was telling you
that was your one problem with it, or major problem.
Like it's a major problem, but also it's amazing that they do it because it's so ridiculous. Like it so shouldn't happen, but it can only happen in a movie in 1986. Is that what we said?
1986.
1986. So I learned about like. I did a little course on like film themes and all that. It was music for gaming and movies.
Yeah.
And you'd write a theme. The whole thing is like you'd write a theme and then it's variations. Yeah. That's the whole thing. And you hear that in every single film.
Yeah.
So you'll have like your main theme and then you have a variation. Now a variation could be tempo, it could be key, it could be instrumentation. That's the main thing. Like so it's a cello playing the main line, then it's a French horn playing, then it's a trumpet playing it. Their love theme is Take My Breath Away, but the instrumental. So every time they look at each other, it's do 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 do.
Yeah.
Do do do. But it's the same track every time.
Yeah.
Until they make love, and then you hear the words for the
full
first time.
Oh, it's so cheesy.
Then you hear the words.
But I actually did music for my junior cert.
Oh, did you?
So I did it for there, and one of the things we had to look at was The Dark Knight. That was one of our studies, and we were talking about you would have the blending of the themes, you know, when
Did you learn about the Joker's theme?
Yeah, Joker's theme.
Have you seen the razor blade?
The razor blade on the it's so cool. Razor blade on the violins, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it could be a cello, and then there's electric guitars that are slowly mixed in. Yeah. That's an awesome theme.
It's a great theme.
It's one note.
One note. The whole. It's like.
Sound design. That's what. It's pretty much like sound design and composition. It's weird. Like that's what Hans Zimmer's all about.
He's awesome, Hans Zimmer. I went to his concert when he was there. Yeah. I remember we were talking about this.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hans Zimmer. They would have this thing where they were talking about. My teacher would always talk about, you know, okay, listen to this movie and then look at this scene. You know, when there's just an underlying tension and you don't see Joker's on screen, you just hear this in the background, and then when he's on screen, you get this much more of it's more boisterous and you notice it more.
Oh, and he also has a rhythmic theme.
Yeah,
I think Bane had one as well, and it was like in 5/4, which is an unconventional kind of time signature to make you awkward.
I remember all that. It's also to put you, make you tense.
So instead of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's just awkward, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when you put music to that,
it's the chanting.
Awkward. The chanting. They're singing Rise or something like that,
they're
is it?
Saying something.
I think it's Rise. It's like it's some language. They're saying Rise.
But you could
Rise is said way too many times in that movie.
You could record your voice and send it in, and they would use it.
Yes, I remember that. And I was in a band at the time, and we were. I don't know why we never did it, but we were like, we had all the recording equipment, and we were like, oh, we could do it together and send it in.
Yeah, you should have. But anyway, to get off topic, they don't do that in Top Gun.
Oh no, they don't. Like that's pretty much my whole point. Is like I love though that they don't do that.
Yeah, totally.
Because it's such a bold, brash '80s move to just be like, oh, we can just use the exact same track over again, and then when they make love, throw the actual lyrics on it.
But also all the other songs, like there's selection of music is so good that you don't even need like the composer. Like when they are flying in the air, you don't want to hear anything other than Danger Zone, you know?
I know. Do you know what does this brilliantly as well? And I wish Top Gun did it, was do like a sad version of Danger Zone from when he's unhappy.
Yeah.
Because if you ever watch Rocky, Rocky does the sad Rocky team as well. And it's the same team but in a minor key. And it's almost lazy, but it's of the times and brilliant. Where now like Hans Zimmer would never do that. Like you have the main theme and then you'd have like a sad team and like, you know, you go between the two depending,
or even have a main theme and strip it back and sort of like not have some of the more like the drums or even the louder elements, and then you just sort of have maybe the softer, more sort of long notes and everything in it.
But with Rocky, it's just the piano playing the exact same theme except it's in a minor key, and I love that. I love just how it's a bold thing to do, you know, that. But at the time, it's just the perfect thing to do.
But even like I think the movie Top Gun in itself also acknowledges the importance of the soundtrack, because you have that scene when he's picking up the girl and he sings. He has them all singing. You lost that love and feeling. Oh, it's so good. Like it is a movie that the soundtrack really adds to it, and it like. In a different way to the composing, we'll do a segment about like composing and everything.
Oh, we could bore the tits off everyone as well, though.
Yeah, well, that's true. The Dark Knight might be a good one to do because that's kind of interesting.
The Dark Knight is an amazing one to do.
Yeah, like or Inception.
It's all sound design as well. Like there's rhythmic stuff where it's like pens hitting tables you wouldn't even know about.
I've heard about that before.
Hans Zimmer's a genius.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting ones we could definitely look into. But anyway, in terms of soundtracks and music, you should all listen to the Top Gun soundtrack if you want that 80s heroin hit to the vein.
It's also like a movie that's built on Tom Cruise's charisma.
Yeah, totally.
It's almost a movie that you don't really get to see his charisma as much as you do in that movie. In his, you know, the way he's almost like, actually, if you think about it, he's like watered down Tom Cruise now, compared to the way he was back then. Where he was almost like overacting at times. When he's singing that song, that's just made me think of it. He's so overacting, but it's brilliant.
But you love it.
It's super Tom Cruise. Totally. You know, it's mega Tom Cruise.
It's so charming.
Mega Cruise.
Yeah. I've noticed this trend though that women aren't necessarily attracted to Tom Cruise.
Tell my mother that.
Oh yeah.
My dad and Tom Cruise are the same age.
Oh.
They don't look the same age. No. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's fair. That's true.
But my mother had a big thing for Tom Cruise. First Mission Impossible.
It's not maybe it might be older women, but like girls I know and everything, I asked them like, what about Tom Cruise? And like,
do you think how he's viewed in the public eye? I think it's a lot of women that I say, Tom Cruise, they're like, he's crazy.
I don't know. Cardi B officially raped men and people still are attracted to her.
Did she rape?
You know, did you not hear about this?
No.
Was she drugged and like she drugged
Cardi
B when she was working as a stripper would drug men and steal their money.
Wow.
Pretty much. Like she would drug them, have sex with them, and then when they were asleep, she'd steal their money and run out.
I did not hear about this.
Yeah, it was a huge scandal.
I live under a rock, I'm sorry.
Yeah, clearly. You see, you don't listen to all the gossip like I do.
I'm listening to Hans Zimmer while you're listening to the gossip.
Maybe not raped. Maybe I'm using the wrong term there. But she drugged men and stole their money.
Let's reverse there. Usually I'm the guy that comes out with the outlandish stuff.
Yeah.
She raped men.
She raped people.
Multiple men.
That might be it was multiple, but it might be an oversimplification of what she did by just saying she raped them. Anyway.
She wouldn't have to drug me. That's all I'm saying.
Well, maybe for tired.
She's a bit rough for me, though.
I'm not attracted to her.
She'd own me in that relationship.
Oh, I wouldn't enjoy it.
It'd be a turbulent relationship.
It would. It'd be
a head wreck.
I'd like to read the tabloids about it. That's for sure.
I feel like I'd be smelling a different dick off her breath every night. Yeah. I'm sorry to say it.
Yeah. Well, that's probably true. Anyway, soundtracks. So that's our soundtrack new segment. Didn't have a name for it. The songs of our times.
Yeah, songs of our times. Soundtracks of a generation.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
We'll figure it out if it's any good.
Soundtrack of my life.
Soundtrack of my life. But now we are going to move on. And what are we going to move on to, Ian?
I can't remember. You wrote it down.
I did write it down. I had Nicolas Cage here, but I think we scrapped that.
Oh, will we?
Yeah, I don't think we'll do that.
Nicolas Cage. Straight to DVD, even on straight to series.
Yeah, exactly.
He can't
although we will be talking about him again later.
Actually, yeah.
But a little bit more research needs to go into that one.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because we're gonna do the age-old debate: is Nicolas Cage a good actor?
Is he a good actor or not? Yeah,
and
we should watch at least Leaving Las Vegas, because that's like his
Oscar.
His Oscar, yeah. Exactly. And I did watch that once, and it was pretty epic.
Then there's the one where he plays twins in it as well.
Oh, that is brilliant adaptation.
Yeah, adaptation. Yeah,
Charlie Kaufman wrote it. Do you know Charlie Kaufman?
Yeah, I do. I can't think. He directed something else that. What was it? Oh, fuck. I won't think of it now.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yes, please.
Cineduki, New York, you're thinking of?
Yeah, that's the one.
He also directed what was that? Anomalisa, that's it. I was trying to...
What's that?
Oh, it's cool. It's like a stop motion animated
thing. Oh, is
it?
Hang on one sec.
But it's a drama. It's so weird, but like it's done in like clay.
Stop motion.
Or it could be claymation or stop motion.
There was one recently about that as well. I can't remember what it is. Charlie Kaufman. Hang on. His name is sticking in my head for some reason.
He wrote Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
That was it.
Okay. He did adaptation. He did Being John Malkovich as well.
Being John Malkovich. Yeah. He does all these really...
I really know this guy. I'm a big fan of him.
Yeah.
You should check out Anomalisa, especially being an English student, because...
Oh, yeah, I know it. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Anomalisa. Yeah, I saw the trailer for it. It's about the guy who's like older and everything, and he's trying to have a relationship. I remember watching the trailer and I was like, that looks really cool.
Something super cool about that movie is I think it's all metaphors and shit like that. And I think he's supposed to be like self-obsessed, and he's listening to classical music, and his own voice is singing every single note.
Oh, wow.
Is that cool?
That's so cool.
So I assume it's like he can't stop hearing his own voice, in his own head. It's all about himself.
I'm definitely going to check that out. No, we're going to move on to our next segment, which is In My Client's Defense.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that.
Yeah. This is where... we have different opinions, or at least I thought we
Objection!
did. I thought we had different opinions, and then we went through all these movies and found out
it was very difficult to find two movies that we completely disagree on.
Yeah, so
Game of Thrones finale is like the only thing.
It's the only thing, and we can only like talk about that so much before.
That's a fucking rare thing, though.
It is.
We were having some weird ones as well, where you're like, well, what do you think of the whole franchise of Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
And we're like, yes on the first one, yes on the second one, nay. It went perfectly. It was weird.
It was.
Then you were looking at me in my eyes, and I was looking at you in your eyes.
Take my breath away. No, but we did eventually find one where I am a big fan of Mamma Mia. I love it so much.
Well, tell the really cool story of how you seen it for the first time.
Okay, so I saw the movie in cinemas.
Cool.
With my mother. She said, Connor, do you want to go to the cinema? And I said, yes, absolutely I do. We got to the cinema and she said, we're seeing Mamma Mia. And I said, oh, okay.
I'd love to know what was out the same weekend as that.
I actually should check.
I'd love to know. I bet there was something like perfect.
I think it was the case where my mum really wanted to see it, and
did your dad say, no, I'm not seeing that?
Probably,
because I'm a straight male.
I think her friends dropped out of going to see it with her, so
you're like, I'll do it, Mom.
Well, I got there and she was like, I think she was kind of like, there's no one else who would come, and I was like, okay, well, we can go see it, whatever. Like, I'm not that pushed. I figured I've watched more trash in my life than Mamma Mia, and I ended up loving it. Iron Man was out at the time. So was The Dark Knight.
And you've recently said that you don't think you've seen Iron Man in the cinema.
Yeah, I did.
The first one?
No, I've seen Iron Man.
Oh, okay.
What was Thor: The Dark World? I haven't seen in the cinema.
Oh, sorry. What else was there?
Wall-E.
Oh, Wall-E.
Slumdog Millionaire. Gran Torino.
Oh my god.
In Bruges.
You've seen the worst movie.
Hancock.
Okay, Hancock is not great.
Tropic Thunder. Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Crystal Skull and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
I would still put them above
Hellboy 2. The Wrestler. Valkyrie.
Now, if you went to see The Wrestler with your mother, that'd be pretty weird as well.
Burn After Reading. Have you seen that?
Love that movie. Coen Brothers again.
Great movie.
Brad Pitt's face before he gets shot in the face. Spoiler alert.
Oh, I love it so much. It's so good.
My God. That was like a running joke in my band for years.
Frost Nixon was out.
Oh, that's a good movie as well. That's Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell, yeah.
And Michael Sheen, I think.
Michael Sheen. Step Brothers.
Love Step Brothers.
Pineapple Express. Get Smart. The Strangers. That's a good horror movie.
I've never seen that.
Glenn Howerton is in it.
Now I'll watch it just because of Glenn Howerton.
Jumper was out.
Okay, that's pretty bad. So, I liked Jumper originally.
2008 in my primary school, everyone loved Jumper. We were all talking about it. We were like, oh, it's so cool. Love that movie.
It was only when I found out that everyone hated it that I went back and kind of watched it and was like, I guess. But at the time when I first seen it, Jamie Bell and that guy Hayden.
No, Hayden Panettiere. Fuck it.
I was thinking Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Christensen. That's it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I said Hayden, and you thought I was going to say Hayden
Panettiere
or whatever.
Sorry, yeah. I thought in my head I was like his first name's Christopher, but his second name's Christopher.
It is Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Christensen. Yeah.
The guy then went on to Star Wars.
No, he started Star Wars.
Did he? And then he went to that.
And then he went to that. Yeah. Because Revenge of the Sith is 2006, I think.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, and now he's like a plumber somewhere.
I don't know. Like he's living in Canada. Forgetting Sarah Marshall was out.
Like fixed my dad's van there the other day.
He might have. Zach and Miri make a porno.
Okay, we get the point though.
It's a Kevin Smith movie. Yeah.
He didn't direct that, did he?
I'm pretty sure he wrote it.
Oh.
Hang on one sec. I'm 90% sure because I watched it recently, and Jason Mewes is in it. So that's normally director Kevin Smith.
No way.
Yeah.
I did not know he directed that.
Yeah, there you are. So anyway, I love Mamma Mia, and I was dragged to it as a kid. So yeah, well, like, what's wrong with it?
Pierce Brosnan singing is like
terrible.
So bad.
I know, I love it.
So, what was the song again?
SOS.
SOS.
When you're gone.
When you're gone.
Yeah.
It's all in his throat.
We, not only did I love the movie and see it, we bought my mum the CD and it got stuck in her CD player. So the only CD we could listen to in her car was the Mamma Mia one.
You know what, Mom? I'll walk.
Yeah, I'll walk home. Thank you.
Yeah.
But we would my dad and I, we would be in the car, or he'd be like, which one does Pierce Brosnan seen? And we listen to it and we go, that's bad. That is bad. But I relish in all the, like, in terms of like a sing-along movie or whatever, it's pretty good. Like, there's a lot of spectacle.
Meryl Streep overacts in that whole movie as well, where she's like, ooh. She's
does.
Like that little girl, kind of teenage girl thing again.
I don't know. She's pretty great though.
In her dungarees. No, she's not.
Yeah, she is.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, when she sings The Winner Takes It All, it's awesome. It's a great performance. And then but there's a lot of fun songs as well. Like you have the one.
It's such a chick flick. Like it's entirely made for women. Like it really is.
Pretty
the
much,
story doesn't even have, like, it's about three blokes that are like completely infatuated with Meryl Streep. Like, come on.
That is such a lad's perspective of the movie. It's about three fellas who fucked this mom and now she is a kid. It's about a girl trying to find her father.
Nah, what girl?
Amanda Seyfried.
She's not in it.
She is.
I know she is, but like still, like, that's what it's about. It's about three blokes trying to get with
her mom again. No, actually, no, two blokes.
Is it not three?
Yeah, it is, but the third one's gay.
Who's the gay one?
Colin Firth is gay.
Colin Firth's in it. It's Colin Firth, Stellan Skarsgård,
and Pierce Brosnan. Yeah.
When you're
gone, how can I even try? I know the words to all these songs, but Dominic Cooper is in it. Preacher himself.
He is in it,
and he's great.
Is he?
He has a song, and his song is like a great spectacle. I can't think of it. Hang on.
And isn't there like some L ones in it as well?
Yeah, there are.
Meryl Streep's
friends who were in a band with her, and then she sings "Does Your Mother Know" to that guy with dreads.
I need to see who's in this.
And she's vague. She's pretty. I don't know. Like, I wasn't attracted to her before, but then she sang the song. She did the dance, and I was like, I can't think of the actress's name.
Are we talking about the older one?
We're talking about the older lady who sings "Does Your Mother Know."
55%.
Christine Baranski.
I've had weird thoughts about her too.
Yeah. She sings the song, and I'm like, damn, you're pretty hot. Yeah. Amanda Seyfried. And then her third friend helped write the movie. Her third friend is a comedy writer, and she helped write the whole movie. Like the smaller friend, you know, the one who's obsessed with Stellan Skarsgård in it.
Who directed this?
Don't know. And then they all sing Waterloo at the end, and they're all in the outfits. Come on, how is that not great?
Oh, it's so bad.
One night. And then they're all in the fucking ABBA suits. It's great. Oh, what a movie. I love it.
I cannot believe you're into this movie.
Oh, I love it so much. I watch it now.
We agree. I'd watch it now.
I'd watch it now. I would. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm trying to find out who directed it, for God's sake.
I Have a Dream. Yeah, she sings that at the beginning. It's so good. What a great movie. Oh my God, I thought that was Pornhub, not IMDb.
Did you see the sequel?
No, didn't. I heard it was terrible. Also, Meryl Streep's not in it.
But I heard the first one was terrible. Oh, is Meryl Streep not in it?
She's killed off.
She's killed off.
They kill off Meryl Streep's character in like the first 10
Spoiler
minutes.
alert, I was going to watch it now.
No, you weren't. You were never going to watch it.
I was so looking forward to watching this movie.
Yeah. No, Mamma Mia is... yeah. Oh, I love it so much. Oh, yeah, Cher's in it? I forgot Cher was in it.
Cher's in it.
Oh, no, that's the second one. Sorry. That's the second one. Yeah, it is. Julie Walters.
Is her face recyclable?
Julie Walters was she was the third friend, and she also helped write the movie. I don't know. It's just a fun time. The Voulez-Vous. Dominic Cooper. I'm going to think of Dominic Cooper's song in a minute now. It's where the men are all in flip-flops and they're going out in the thing and they dive into the water. And he says,
it's such a chick flick. Even when you're describing it, like it's such
he has a line where he's like, there's some line about an arrow through the heart, and he's like going back like this, and he's
oh my God.
I love it. I'm telling you, it's the greatest movie ever made.
I think this made you really hot and bothered when you were walking out. I can just imagine you. Mom, that was great.
If anything, I became more sure in my sexuality after watching that. I'm very comfortable. I know that I know what excites me, and it's Dominic Cooper shooting an arrow at me.
Exactly. It's Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia song list. It was originally a musical.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, it's a very famous musical. It made a ton of money. The first one did.
I know, rightfully so, because it's a great movie.
Oh my God, get out! You know, the second one though, it failed miserably.
Yeah, I heard that. Hang on, where is it? Come on. Lay all your love on me. That's what it is. Don't go wasting your
The music though, I will say, is awesome. I love ABBA.
It's ABBA. It's timeless.
I love ABBA.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with making an ABBA movie. Oh wait, you can. They made a second one.
And they made a first one.
Yeah, the first one's great. Here's the thing.
Every bloke that's listening to this, I hope they're like fucking throwing chicken at their computer screen.
Whatever. I'll find one who agrees with me. Also, everyone disagrees with me on Got Juiced as well, so I'm all right.
True, actually.
I'm all right being disagreed with. Yeah, so I think I could go through. It starts with I Have a Dream. Amanda Seyfried singing that, and then it goes to, and then you have the great one where she sings Mamma Mia, and and Meryl Streep is staring at the dudes, and she's talking about getting like, just one looking at the Annabelle ring, whoa, Mamma Mia, and then you have Money, 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 where they're all on the cruise ship and everything. What are you looking up?
Phyllida Lloyd.
Is this who directed it?
Yeah, Phyllida Lloyd.
I don't know.
Look at the top there.
Oh, I won't pronounce that. Yeah, no. Phyllida? Phildia Lloyd?
Let's see if she did anything else. Oh, Jesus, she looks a bit haggard.
It was produced by ABBA, anyway. And then...
Iron Lady she made.
No way.
With Meryl Streep.
So 2 great movies then.
I've never seen The Iron Lady. Is it good?
It's very good.
Is it? I'd assume.
I mean, Margaret Thatcher was a cunt of a woman, but you know, and I don't use that term lightly. She was a real battle axe. But The Iron Lady is a great movie.
Meryl Streep though, as an actress, I'm so over.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's just like she's Meryl Streep. You know when there's like actors that play themselves almost now. Meryl Streep is just that person that like. It's almost like
just the perfect actress. Have you watched some of her older work though?
Yeah, like I love Dare Hunter.
Oh, have you seen?
She's so attractive in Dare Hunter as well.
Have you seen Sophie's Choice?
Never seen Sophie's Choice.
Have you seen what's the one with Dustin Hoffman? I can't think of it now.
I don't know. I think Dare Hunter is the only real old one I've seen.
You should watch some of her older work, because like you hear all this talk and like Meryl Streep, yeah, she's great and everything. You say you're over her. When you look at some of her older stuff, it's like, Jesus Christ, this woman can act.
I know she can act, but in the last 10 years, it's just kind of like there's Meryl. You know when you see Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks in a movie now,
I follow what you mean. Yeah,
and like they're acting so well, but yet there's some. Do you know they're missing an edge? Like. I'd like to see. I don't know. I guess it wouldn't really work, but I just mean, some people tell me that Leonardo DiCaprio is like the perfect actor, and sometimes they don't like him because of that. And I just honestly, I only had this conversation with someone, and I was saying, I just cannot see that, because I see something like what was the one he did with Scorsese, his last one,
Django. No?
Oh, no, but even Django Unchained is so different than anything he does.
Yeah, you don't see Tom Hanks playing that role.
I'm talking about the one where he's taking the lemons.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street, thank you. I don't know why that was escaping me. Wolf of Wall Street is such an edgy role, and I've never really seen him that funny.
Like I said, you're not going to see Tom Hanks or Meryl Streep doing that role.
You couldn't. But yet you could see Leonardo DiCaprio playing that real straight-laced character as well, the way Tom Hanks could do it.
Or even in The Revenant.
The Revenant is one of my favorite films of all time.
Never seen it.
I love it. Some people don't like it. Like, it's my friend I was saying to my mate, he's a photographer. He actually lended us a camera for one of our first episodes. First and second episodes?
First and second, yeah.
I think so. But I was saying to him, how does everything just look so good in The Revenant? And he was like, well, first of all, it's real.
Yeah.
And then second of all, the lenses are set to infinity, so everything's in focus.
Jesus.
And I was like, oh, I never noticed that. And he goes, if you watch it again now, that big snow-filled mountain at the back is completely in focus. So you're seeing all that, and the water and the waterfalls and the snow here and there and the woods, everything's in focus. Awesome. It's all set to infinity. Yeah. So you're seeing the character and all the landscape perfectly. It's not so, because if it's out of focus, it actually even could be CGI'd in a way, like, and you wouldn't even be able to tell. Your brain would kind of be like, it's a bit weird. That's why he was saying,
that's so cool.
When you watch The Revenant, you're like, oh, this is fucking amazing. Why does this not, like, I was saying to him, why does every film not look like The Revenant? And he's like, well, first of all, they filmed in locations where people hadn't been for years.
Yeah.
Like, they actually filmed in locations where they did like 4 hours traveling just to get there.
It's the same director as Birdman, so is Birdman the same where everything's in focus? I'd love to watch it again, because you have these great sprawling scenes where he's walking through Times Square, and you have those great moments, and I'd love to see if all of that is actually in focus. And I will have to watch The Revenant, but like, I can understand how Leonardo DiCaprio could be seen as going down the route where he was kind of playing the same roles. Like in his early career, you talk about like The Beach. And like
Titanic and The Beach were around the same time, weren't they?
And like Catch Me If You Can as well. He's playing kind of a charming young guy who gets to,
Even though I love that movie, it's only towards the end of that movie where you get to see that edge that I'm talking about. When he's got the beard and all like that, and he's kind of getting a bit crazy.
And he's talking about his dad,
and he's emotional. Does he lose his dad?
His dad dies when he's in prison.
That's when you really get to see that he's not just a pretty boy. No, he's a decent actor but a pretty boy.
And then you make especially at the very end when he goes to leave again, and then Tom Hanks is like, no one's chasing you.
Yes.
And you have those moments where he's kind of realizing who he is. Like, it's but then the older he gets, like, he does stuff like Blood Diamond, and then he does he's in Django Unchained playing arguably one of the worst villains on screen ever.
He's despicable.
Calvin Candy it's so captivating watching him in that role.
Even his teeth, like, he's every bit about him is despicable.
Yeah, but you love it.
And he's also like the most charming, despicable man in the room. You know that way.
It. You love watching him.
What's the famous line he has where he's like, you had my attention. Oh, no, it's not that. It's
gentlemen, you had my
curiosity.
Now you have my attention.
Yeah. It's a brilliant line.
I thought you were going to say something where he calls someone the N-word in it or something.
No.
You know that famous line? And then Christoph Waltz, do you want me to shake? I will not shake with you. Do you want me to shake? And then he comes over. What a great moment. The shock on his face. And then Christopher, I couldn't help myself. Or it's not Christopher Walken, Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz. When you said Christopher Walken, I was just agreeing, going, my brain will catch up with you, and I'll figure out what you're referencing, and then I was like, no, he's actually getting it wrong.
By the way, people always do a Christopher Walken impression. 2 little mice fell in a bucket of cream. I didn't know where that was from, and then I saw Catch Me If You Can.
Is it in that? I haven't watched that in so long.
It's the speech he gives. 2 little mice fell in a bucket of cream. One little mouse quickly gave up and drowned. The other one kicked its legs and turned that cream into butter. I'm that second little mouse. I'm the second little mouse.
Yeah, Nothing will beat his Pulp Fiction speech about...
I had this watch up my ass.
And he had it up his ass for
his ass. Never mind that. 7 Psychopaths.
Oh, he's so good in that. Have you ever noticed when he dies in that? Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert again. It's out years.
Yeah.
Made by an Irishman.
It is. Martin McDonagh.
Yeah, written and directed. When he dies, you can see him breathing.
Yeah, it's so
cool. Rising and falling.
Yeah, I love it.
I love how no one in post went,
come on.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but who's going to go up to Christopher Walken and say you're breathing?
No, but in post-production, they could have fixed that.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I meant. Like, because I would imagine in every movie, I don't know, maybe they don't have this, but they should have a guy that just sits there with a pen and paper and writes down anything that seems inconsistent.
Okay, so this is really interesting. When, Cinema Sins, it's a YouTube channel. We're so off topic from what we were on, but whatever. Cinema Sins is this YouTube channel, and they sin movies. They write down like all the different things that are wrong with it. Sometimes it can be a bit antiquated.
Yeah, I've seen a few. Like I've seen Kong, Skull Island. Have you seen what the director responded to that? He was like, you can't just say shit and it's true.
Yeah. And
he made some good points, especially about what year it was set in, because he was like, we chose that year because that's when satellite surveillance was made possible, so they could take pictures of the island and be like, oh, this is an undiscovered area.
Totally.
And they made fun of like the era because they were just like, why is it in this time period and shit like that?
It's sometimes, like I said, it can be a bit antiquated, and they just go to try and rack up points they don't really like. Sometimes they question things. They just sin things for deliberate reasons.
Yeah.
So the Russo brothers are big fans, and when they were writing Winter Soldier in the writing room, they would be writing something, and they say, I don't want a script that Cinema Sins is going to rip apart. So I want you guys to go through everything, and we're going to make sure this movie is spotless. If you watch the Cinema Sins to it, in the beginning, they're like, this movie is almost perfect, but we're going to try and sin it anyway. And almost every sin is like something so minute or whatever. And then the Russo brothers came in, sat with the guys who do it and watched it with them, and then they were like, okay, pause it, and they would explain why this is this and this and this. Then they go, okay, you can go again.
That
and
is brilliant.
It, and they went blah, blah, blah. So now so when the Russo brothers think about it, they are looking, when they write a script, they are thinking about the guys who are on YouTube, who are going through everything, trying to tear things apart. I just thought that was so cool.
That's really cool.
And again,
even though Endgame has some serious sport, like
not written by the Russo brothers.
Yeah, I know, not written, but you know what I mean? Like, they made a movie.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. No, in fairness, for a movie that, like, has some criticisms to it, it's, like...
Which one are we talking about now?
Endgame,
okay.
Endgame, where you, like, think of inconsistencies. Like, you don't really think about them in the movie,
I love that movie so much.
Exactly.
Like, so, I'm just saying...
Yeah.
It took me a while to even realise, and I was like, there is a few little things, not even inconsistencies, just... Plot holes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you can call that inconsistencies.
I don't know.
But you know what I mean when you watch a movie and you're like, oh wait, he's wearing a different shirt now, or just stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh, what is the one? There's like one famous one, The Prisoner of Azkaban, that has a crazy amount. Have you ever watched a video where he's like wearing a V-neck and then he's wearing a polo neck?
Yeah.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I saw the
movie in cinemas. Yeah.
Could be my favorite Harry Potter movie.
I think the fourth one is my favorite one, Goblet of Fire.
Is the guy who made The Revenant the director of that? Alfonso Cuarón?
No way. Is he? Really?
Because that would bring us full circle.
It would bring it full circle. Well, not really. We haven't got back to Mamma Mia yet, but it would bring us almost full circle. No, we could probably move on to our last topic, I'm guessing.
Some really good director anyway.
Yeah.
Directed Prisoner of Azkaban.
But like I said,
Alfonso Cuarón.
Oh my god, it is.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Isn't that cool? I think that's his only big budget studio movie that he's made. You know,
dude, he crushed it. That's probably my second favorite Harry Potter movie.
What's your favorite?
Goblet of Fire.
Oh, Goblet of Fire.
Yeah,
with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. See,
our Batman.
Our new Batman. Yeah, no, I love that movie. It might be because it's the one I've seen the most. Prisoner of Azkaban is a close second. I read all the books before I saw the movies.
Right. The Goblet of Fire, I always think of the female school that comes in.
Oh, the
leader
French
of
people.
It.
Yeah.
She was amazing.
Yeah,
the blonde one. Did she have a thing for Harry Potter in it as well?
She did, because he saved her sister, but then she ended up kissing Ron in the end, and Ron was like, I'll think of their name. It begins. It's like the Lafayettes or something. They're not the Lafayettes, but whatever. And then you had the Russian school. The man walks around like this. It was so
cliche.
Yeah,
that guy looked like he was around 30.
I know. Victor Crumb,
Ivan Drago's son.
Yeah. Did you know?
And little Harry Potter.
Yeah. Do you remember?
I will crush you.
Do you remember at the beginning of it, they're at the Tri-Wizard Cup Quidditch tournament?
Yes.
Yeah. And do you remember who was in the final?
No.
It's Romania versus Ireland.
Is it?
And Ireland win the Tri-Wizard Cup. Boom.
Quidditch, baby.
You're welcome, JK. But yeah, we won. We win.
No
in the
way.
End. Yeah. So that's part of the reason why I love that movie and I love that book.
That Russian school, though.
Yeah.
Taking all the steroids.
I know. They're so... he literally... There's a scene where he's walking...
steroids right into his arse.
He's walking on the beach and he's bringing his knees up to his arms, but then when he's walking, he's walking like this.
Like a gorilla.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on to our last topic. How long are we going for?
We are... 42 minutes, probably 45 minutes.
Okay, cool. Well, the last one is a segment we did earlier. We've done before.
Which one is this?
This is the Tim Burton stuff.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so we have done a part on this where we talk about bad sequels.
Yes. We did two different things. We did bad sequels that were made and bad sequels that were almost made.
This falls into the second one of those two.
Of almost made.
This is the story of Superman Reborn or Superman Lives. By Tim Burton.
With an amazing A-list celeb as Superman. Well, when you think of Superman, who do you instantly think of?
Nicolas Cage.
Boom.
Yeah,
they got it right.
Yeah, and that's who they put in it.
Yeah. With his fake muscles. Have you seen him fake muscle suit?
The fake muscle suit. They had a weird S. Funny enough, the concept for that was actually taken when they were doing Man of Steel because Nicolas Cage's no underpants.
Oh,
so then when they did Man of Steel, they sort of carried over that
design. It was good to not have the underpants, I thought.
I quite like it. Like,
you quite like the underpants?
I enjoy both. In the comics, there's cool designs of him without it, and then there's cool designs with him with it.
I just thought Man of Steel's design was great.
Man of Steel's is pretty good. There's something strange about Man of Steel's suit that I can't quite put my finger on.
But you think that's the color drain?
It might be.
It could be that,
I need to watch it again. There's something about the suit that rubs me the wrong way. It's not necessarily designed badly. It's just something about it that I don't like.
Because I think it's my favorite suit.
Okay.
Of film, like film.
It probably is.
The Christopher Reeves one looks cack now. Like
it's so dated. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's so dated. It is a man in his underpants and some like spandex. You know.
I don't know. I quite like Superman's design.
Actually, Superman Returns was pretty cool.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but it was just Christopher Reeves though.
It was, except it was just rubber, I guess.
It was interesting anyway.
Yeah, it was. I didn't think that was a bad suit. It was just a bad movie.
Yeah, God. And Kevin Spacey was fucking Lex Luthor.
I know.
That is a dynamite casting.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey's Lex Luthor is amazing. Like, it is a perfect casting.
What's the name of the guy who plays Superman in
that? Brandon Routh.
Ruth.
Is it?
Yeah, Brandon Routh.
Brandon Routh.
Or O-U-T-H.
Okay, Brandon Routh, because...
I just couldn't remember his name there for a minute.
He's the Atom on DC.
That ruined his career for a long time. Yeah. Like, this is his comeback is on
as
the DC.
Atom, as DC again.
I know, it's funny, isn't it?
No, he was also in Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah, one movie in 2006 was Superman Returns.
Him and Captain Marvel in the same movie.
Oh.
Yeah, you see.
Didn't think of that now.
No, you didn't.
And Captain America.
Captain America, yeah. No joke. The first time I saw Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Do you love Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
I think it's a great movie.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Edgar Wright, like he made that movie and it failed miserably.
It's insane.
People loved it, but it made no money.
It's so much character. It's
so original.
Yeah, it really
it still is original now. Like no one has been able to emulate that energy.
It is the most comic booky movie like I've ever seen.
Yeah, like you're literally seeing it come off the pages. Yeah, almost like what the Watchmen had a bit of that as well.
Yeah, it did. It really did. It got Alan Moore's style so well. And redesigned the costumes so that they looked wearable, unlike Alan Moore's original designs. But I saw Captain America: The First Avenger in cinemas. Came home, the movie on the television, I'd never seen it before, was Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And then Chris Evans came up in it, and we were like, oh fuck, he's here again.
The stuntman with the skateboard.
Oh, he's so good. You think I'd do anything without my stunt doubles? And then, like, so many of them come out and they start hitting him with skateboards. Oh, it's a great movie.
And Michael Cera is so good in that.
He is. I love Michael Cera.
I think Michael Cera is awesome. Some people hate him because
he's great.
I know he is kind of that one-note actor in many ways. But when you see Scott Pilgrim versus the World, he kind of isn't, even though he is. You know, he's still the geeky, nerdy guy. But he actually comes, like, when he's fighting,
he holds his own in the action scenes.
Yeah, and you believe it. You don't go, oh, that nerd just couldn't do that.
No.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah.
So hot.
She's so
movie.
hot. I love the bit where, you know, he has the little girl Knives. He's dating Knives. She's like the sweetest.
I also really fancy Knives.
So did I.
So much.
I just love the bit where his gay friend opens the door. And, you know, it's like, oh, Knives, Scott isn't here. And he closes over and you just see Scott dive through the little window.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin's brother, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Kieran Culkin or something like that.
Yeah, something
I
like that.
want to say something like that.
Probably.
Yeah. He's great in it as well.
He is great.
When he's like texting while he's asleep and shit like that.
Yeah,
You know,
and
he's like, oh, don't tell anyone. And he's just texting people. Like,
he's constantly like, they all sleep in the same bed.
Yeah,
and
Aubrey Plaza, is it?
Aubrey Plaza is his friend, yeah.
Yeah. Or is that his sister?
I don't know.
She's always giving out to him anyway and cursing and his
I don't know if Scott's sister. It might be the other guy's sister.
I thought it was Scott's sister.
Or maybe it is. I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't watched this movie in so long.
Me either.
Anyway, we got to stop talking about good movies and we got to move on to bad movies. Tim Burton, Superman Reborn, Superman Lives. It was a shit show trying to get this movie made.
Absolute shit show. We were saying 3 scripts?
3 scripts. One of them was written by Kevin Smith, which is the one we're going to focus on.
And he's the guy who's like come out and said all this mad shit. Like he's told the story, and now there's a documentary as well.
There's a documentary about it. What happened to
that's on YouTube at the moment.
It's not meant to, but it is on YouTube. So
we actually haven't seen it. We only discovered before we made this podcast.
We watched about 20 minutes of footage, and then I googled some stuff, and
we watched Kevin Smith talk about the whole thing.
And then I went on, I went on YouTube, and fucking the documentary's there. So it's worth a watch. I hear it's a very good documentary, so at some stage I will watch it. But anyway, it was originally called Superman Reborn, and this is in the 90s, so we're talking we're talking Batman using a credit card, you know?
Is it around that time? That's 97. Batman using a credit card from 97.
Sorry,
was it around there?
Not credit card. It's the Riddler and Two-Face.
Oh, so Batman Forever.
Batman Forever, yeah.
Which is funny because Tim Burton was supposed to come back for that movie.
It was.
Then he had creative differences with DC who wanted to make it a little bit more flamboyant and a bit child-friendly.
They wanted to market to kids.
Yeah,
and Tim Burton didn't want to do that.
And then Michael Keaton left because Tim Burton left.
Yeah.
But then he actually was going to make Superman. And isn't that weird that then Warner Brothers were like, okay, but we'll let you do this?
Well, I think what happened was they saw that Batman Forever didn't do as well. And
true. That's a good point.
After that, they kind of went, okay, well, do you want to come back and do Superman one? Because obviously, why would he want to take over Batman again after someone shat
I know, yeah.
So he was kind of like, okay, I'll take over and I'll do Superman.
So if he actually came back for Batman, though, it still wouldn't have been that bad.
Do you know what?
I liked Val Kilmer.
There was a third movie in it, like Ideas. Oh wait,
Batman Triumphant.
Batman Triumphant, yeah.
Yes.
Billy D. Williams was.
Well, you know, if he came back even for the 4th one.
Oh right.
You know, if he came back for the 4th one, I'd still not be like, I wouldn't be mad at that. With Val Kilmer,
I quite like Batman Forever.
I love Jim Carrey in it.
I love Jim Carrey's great in it.
I love it. Like I think Tommy Lee Jones is a bit weird in it.
Yeah.
Because it's Tommy Lee Jones, and I'm not used to seeing that.
Totally.
But have you heard all the stories about how Tommy Lee Jones hated working with Jim Carrey?
I will not sanction your buffoonery. That's what he said to Jim Carrey.
What a line!
Oh, isn't it? That's such a Tommy Lee Jones. And then
he's a total buffoon in it.
And then Tommy Lee Jones went, and then I woke up, and then it's the credits to No Country for Old Men. He says, "I will not sanction your buffoonery," and then it's the credits for No Country for Old Men. No, but. Yeah, I actually really enjoy that movie. Like Batman,
I don't love it, but I like it.
Batman and Robin is trash, like so bad.
It's so bad. I couldn't get worse.
No, it really couldn't.
Like Joel Schumacher's shouting out, "More nipples!"
More nipples. Every decision made on that movie is the wrong decision.
Eyes to meet you.
Schwarzenegger's having a good time with that.
What is it? What killed the dinosaurs?
The Ice Age.
Oh, it's amazing.
Classic. I love it.
I liked that movie when I was a kid. I was 8 when it came out.
My first boner was Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman, yes. I had a tingly sensation as well to her.
I didn't know what it was.
When she's killing Mr. Freeze's wife.
Oh, not when that happened. No. It was
when she's dancing?
It was when she first comes out. You know, when she first, like, she's reborn as Ivy.
Yes.
At the very beginning.
She's so sexual in it.
Yeah, she is. She's really sexual.
Is it John Hurt? Who's the scientist?
Is it John Hurt? No way.
I think it is.
Oh my god. If it is, yeah, Doctor. I can't think of his name.
Maybe it's not John Hurt. No, it's
it can't be John.
It's the other guy. It's the guy who plays Lex in Smallville. What's his name?
Oh,
he was in Shazam.
Michael
Glover.
What?
Something Glover.
Donald?
No, not Donald.
Hang on one sec. I'll find out now.
He played Lex Luthor's father.
John Glover.
He played Lionel Luthor.
Dr. Jason Woodrue. Yeah. Fucking Julie Madison's in it.
Who's that?
She's the girl that Bruce Wayne is seeing.
Oh.
You know, and then he calls her Ivy. She's like, "Why'd you call me Ivy?"
Yeah. How sexy is Ivy even when she has just the glasses on?
Yeah.
And she's trying to be a nerd.
To be nerdy, yeah.
And you're like, oh, come on, he's sexy.
I know, I know. We're so distracted from Tim Burton.
It's Ivy.
It is. But anyway, so they were like, okay, well, you can do Superman. And Nick Cage and Tim Burton eventually signed on. And they signed on because of Kevin Smith's script.
And we should say that Nicolas Cage is a massive Superman fan.
Huge.
Like he was nearly tearful. He probably was tearful.
Totally.
In the suit.
Yeah.
He loves comic books.
He does. He loves Superman especially.
And he, just to say, sorry, it's not it's kind of off topic and on topic, but he got to play Superman.
He did.
In Teen Titans, the movie.
Movies. Yeah. And
he got the voice, and he got to play Spider-Man Noir as well.
Yeah. So he's got to play all the people he wanted to play. I
think that's cool though that he got to voice Superman eventually.
Fucking Jimmy Kimmel is the voice of Batman in that.
Jimmy Kimmel,
yeah.
Never would have guessed.
I know, because he's good friend.
Have you seen the movie?
I have. I loved it.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Teen Titans Go to the Movies is really, really good. Like, surprisingly good.
I bought it for
did you?
€4 on iTunes, and I haven't watched it.
It's really, really good.
I might watch it tonight.
I preferred the older Teen Titans because they were more adult.
Yeah. It's a kids.
They were more grown up cartoon. The new one is actually really funny, but it's not like my favorite Teen Titans. But anyway,
sure.
Teen Titans Go to the Movies is really good.
I'll watch it.
Surprisingly good. Anyway, in Superman Reborn.
So you were saying that they signed on because of Kevin Smith's
They signed on because
script.
of Kevin Smith's insane script.
Yeah, so Tim Burton and Nicolas Cage loved this script.
And if you look
or at least they liked it.
They liked it enough to sign on.
Yes.
But they also, when they signed on, Tim Burton said, I'm going to be doing my own script, so yours is out the window.
And Kevin Smith was kind of like, okay.
Kevin Smith was
He didn't
fine.
spend that much time on it, you say.
He said he only did 2 drafts, and like he enjoyed working on it, and he got paid for it, so he wasn't, And
he had some weird experiences with the studio.
Did, which we'll go into. But the movie was always based around Superman's death and return, because that actually recently happened in the comics at the time.
Oh, right.
Superman.
That's why the black suit is in it, is it?
Black suit, yeah, and the mullet.
That suit looks so weird.
Oh, it's a cool suit.
Have you seen with all the lights and all like that?
Oh, the lights? Oh, wait. Which suit are we talking about?
The black LED kind of suit that he had.
Oh, no.
It was weird looking.
No, the black with the silver one. The silver black one. The classic black Superman suit.
I'm not sure. Well, so anyway, sorry, you were saying.
But Nicolas Cage, if you even look at the behind the scenes, he has the mullet, because famously when Superman came back from the dead, he had a mullet, and he had it for like all of the 90s.
Is it weird that I kind of like the look of Nicolas Cage with a mullet?
Yeah,
that's the least thing I question when I see him in a suit. I'm like, does he have a mullet in Con Air?
Yes, he does. Yeah, put the bonnet down. Yeah, he has a mullet in Con Air.
And we were just recently.
Oh, that's the LED suit. Jesus.
Yeah, have
Christ.
you ever seen that?
Oh my God, that's terrible.
It's so bad, and like there's a video and like the lasers going around.
Terrible. Look up just Superman black suit. The Superman black suit. In the Snyder cut of Justice League, allegedly.
Yeah, have you seen pictures of it?
I have. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool.
It looks cool. It's a cool suit.
It looks so good. No, I know that one you're talking about.
Yeah. But anyway, he came back and he had a mullet, and it was bad. And then it was going to have 3 villains, because as you know, if a superhero movie is going to be a sequel, you got to just keep adding villains, because it always works, makes things better.
Ask Amazing Spider-Man.
Ask Amazing Spider-Man, or Spider-Man 3, or most of Spider-Man movies. Funny enough, in Homecoming has multiple villains. Still a great movie.
Yeah.
But it was going to have Brainiac, Lex Luthor, and Doomsday.
Well, there was one other big villain that a producer wanted.
Well, yeah, the giant spider.
So there was four
main villains. So a producer whose name is John Peters. He produced a lot of famous movies early in his career, kind of fizzled off now. He's clearly attached to the Superman franchise.
And he was pretty heavy-handed at the start.
It's with Kevin Smith's script.
Yeah, when they were developing it at the start, at the beginning.
So Kevin Smith went to him and he was like, I'm going to make this movie or whatever. And he says, okay, I want a few things from the Superman. He's not allowed to fly. Don't want it.
Superman can't fly.
Yeah, I don't want him to have that costume. It's too gay.
Yeah, no suit. Yeah, he actually said that. Yeah.
It's too gay. Don't want it. The Superman iconic look is gay.
It's gay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Flying is gay and his suit is gay.
Yeah, pretty much. There was one more thing. He wanted Sean Penn to be Superman.
Yes, because he was like a beast.
Because in Dead Man Walking, a great movie. That
I've never seen that.
Is in. Really, really good movie. He says he has the eyes of a caged animal, and that's what he wanted for Superman.
Like, that sounds like Batman.
Not even Batman. Like, eyes.
But Batman has that kind of fury. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Punisher. I would say Sean Penn is the Punisher.
Like the Punisher. Any madman.
Yeah. Anyone who's not the Hope, which is what Superman is.
Yeah, he's like kind and reserved. Yeah. You know that way. Like,
yeah, exactly.
What? A caged animal.
And he wanted Superman to fight a giant spider at some stage.
That's the best of it all. He wanted a massive spider. So he was really into spiders.
Yeah, he said he
supposedly Kevin Smith talked to other people, other execs in Warner Brothers, and they were like, "Oh yeah, he always talks about spiders
every fucking day with the spider."
Yeah, he's always about the spiders.
So he pushed it like this, and I kind of get his mind frame. He was like, when I was a kid, I saw King Kong, and there was this moment where the doors open and you saw King Kong.
This massive beast was revealed.
This huge beast was revealed, and it was such an awe-inspiring moment. So I want that in my movie. So I want a bit where Superman is outside and the doors open and a giant spider is there.
Giant spider comes out because the spiders are like the king of the...
Spiders are the deadliest animal in the insect kingdom.
In the insect kingdom. That's a great line. Like,
yeah, he's like, spiders are the deadliest animal in the insect kingdom.
Real hard on for spiders.
Yeah, so Kevin Smith went to them and he was like, he wants me to put this fucking spider in. And they were like, look, you're gonna have to, but just figure out a way around it.
I love how Warner Brothers were afraid of this guy as well.
Yeah, well, he's clearly like a heavy hitter at the time, at least. Yeah. And
he was a hairdresser.
He was once a hairdresser. Yeah,
that's now he just became a big producer.
Yeah, pretty much. So he was like
the natural order of things.
Yeah, totally.
You know?
He was like, I'll call it a Thanagarian snare beast.
Yeah, that's what Kevin Smith said.
Thanagarians are hawk people.
Are they?
You know Hawkman? Did you ever watch the old Justice League? Cartoon? No, you didn't. Okay, well, if you ever see Hawkman, he's a Thanagarian.
I know who Hawkman is, though. Yeah. I know. I think he was in Smallville for a small bit as well.
Probably.
They need to bring him in. Is he not in Legends of Tomorrow?
Hawkwoman is.
But does she not meet Hawkman in it?
She does eventually, but I can't.
No, it's not in season 1. Hawkman.
No, it might be. Oh, it is.
He's
actually.
Got the hammer and shit like that.
Yeah, because they're talking about Vandal Savage. Yeah,
Vandal Savage. Exactly.
Yeah. So Hawkman, they're Thanagarians from the planet, so that's what it is. So even Kevin Smith actually made something that was in continuity, which I love. That's so typical Kevin Smith.
Because he's a comic book fan.
He loves comics.
We should talk about how, so he wrote an 80-page script. It wasn't even, it's supposed to be an 80-page, it was supposed to be a 4-page outline.
Yeah.
He got overzealous.
Yeah, he got overzealous, and he says he only knows how to write dialogue, so he wrote 80 pages of dialogue.
And he had to go to the producer, John Peters' house, this massive mansion that Kevin Smith
said it was like Wayne Manor.
It's like Wayne Manor.
Big.
And Kevin Smith had to read out his own script.
Yeah. While the producer lied on his back and held it up like this so he could visualize the movie.
The whole movie with his hands making the frames for anyone listening.
Yeah, so Kevin Smith went through it and... like anyone, like if you know Superman, his name on Krypton is Kal-El, and Superman and so Kevin,
like his birth name is Kal-El.
Yeah, his birth name is Kal-El, and Kevin Smith didn't want to say Superman the whole time, so he would swap out things.
So when he was on Krypton, I think he was saying he'd say because he had to do the origin again.
Yeah, they were going to redo the origin in this movie.
Yeah,
typical of the time. But
how many Batman origins has there been?
I know,
as well, you know?
Too many. But when he was on Krypton, he'd refer to him as Kal-El, and then about 5 minutes in, the guy was like, "Hold on, who's Kal-El?
Who's this guy Kal-El?
Who's Kal-El?" And then Kevin Smith was like, "It's Superman, that's his name," when he's on Krypton, like his planet. And he's like
Krypton?
What's Krypton? He's like, that's his home planet. And then he kind of paused and he went, oh yeah, the planet that goes boom at the beginning. Yeah, I'm with you.
He's that dick, who doesn't know anything, but whenever you say it to someone, you're like, oh no, that's not the way that went. It actually went this way. He's like, oh yeah, I know that. I know that.
I know. I knew that. I knew that. Yeah, essentially he's always right.
Yeah, exactly. And he always knew something that he didn't know.
Yeah. So anyway, Kevin Smith managed to read this guy the whole thing, and the guy was like, I think we have a movie.
Well, he called him Clark Kent at times as well.
Yeah, he called him Clark Kent.
He didn't know that Clark Kent was like his human moniker in a way,
Oh man, this guy knew nothing.
He was like, wait, who's Clark Kent? And he's like, oh, that's Superman's name. When
Superman's name.
When he's not Superman, but he's on Earth. And he's pretending he's not Superman. It's Clark Kent, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I knew that. I knew that. Continue. Let me wait. Continue.
And then he wanted more action scenes. So
every 10 minutes,
every 10 pages, he wanted an action scene.
10 pages. Sorry, which could be like every 4 minutes.
Yeah. So at some point, Brainiac goes to the Fortress of Solitude where Superman died, and he was like, "Could he not like fight people there? Like, does Superman not have soldiers?" And Kevin Smith was like, "In his Fortress of Solitude, does he have soldiers? No, he doesn't. Why does Superman need soldiers?
Where is it?
Well, it's in the Antarctic." So, polar bears, perfect.
Let them fight polar bears.
Do you know the thing about polar bears? They're the deadliest animal in the animal kingdom.
Wow, they're like the insect. They're like the spiders. The spider of the insect community.
Yeah. So he wanted him to fight polar bears. And then he also wanted Brainiac to have a gay black robot.
Yeah, well, a robot with a voice of a gay black man.
Of a gay black man who was in, I can't remember the actor's name, but he was in Chasing Amy.
Oh, no, Chasing Amy. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, he was in Chasing Amy, and he said he really liked that guy. I want Brainiac to have a gay best friend robot. And it was like, Jesus Christ. And he also wanted...
crazy.
Yeah, he also wanted Chewie from Star Wars to be in it.
Yeah, well, no, was that not why he wanted a robot?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he wanted the robot because he wanted to sell
just
toys.
Went to see.
But he also said he wanted Chewie, so he wanted like
Brainiac to have a dog.
A dog, yeah.
A dog, yes.
Yeah.
I really want to see this movie.
Same. It's insane.
It would be amazingly bad.
So anyway, that's just a look at what Superman Reborn / Superman Lives could have been.
If Tim Burton pulled out because he was like, no, I'm not doing this, Joel Schumacher would have been in there like a light. He would have thrown nipples on Superman.
Absolutely.
And off we go.
That Superman suit, Nick Cage in that Superman suit, he doesn't fit it at all.
It's not a bad suit.
It's not a bad suit, but Nick Cage looks wrong.
The cock piece is a bit weird though, isn't it? Like it looks like he's wearing a groin guard. It draws too much attention
to the groin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's he's so slunched, like he's hunched as well. He doesn't stand like Superman.
Yeah, well, you can see the fake veins and shit and the fake abs as well.
Like Superman,
Henry Cavill, you just paint his body blue and he looks like that, except bigger.
Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, that was our sort of special episode.
Yeah, so that was fun.
It was fun. I really enjoyed that one. We hope you guys liked it too. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, and check out all the images of Nicolas Cage in this Superman suit.
And watch the documentary.
Yeah, because we need to watch it as well.
We'll watch it after this, and then go watch Mamma Mia again because it's a great movie.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And then go listen to Top Gun soundtrack.
Yeah, you should.
So, let us know which of these segments you'd like to see more of. We enjoyed all of them. I think they all went relatively well.
I enjoyed them.
I enjoyed them as well. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, we'll catch you next time.
Bye.